Then King of the Castle, they're all across the track. Going up the inside, Nick Spur from Mark Snell. Mark Snell's kicking. Mark Snell beat Nick Spur. Third between King of the Castle and...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How good was that?
Give me five.
High five via satellite. Patrick Allendorf, Sam Wood, Blake Johnson. Welcome to the Leg Up Australia potty. We are on. We are hot. We are actually very excited. Very, very excited.
We are excited.
What are we doing right now, BJ? Tell them.
Just had our first 3 bets in the punt club, the Winter Leg Up Punt Club. So exciting stuff.
Have you ever placed bets that big?
I've not.
You probably placed bets that big. Have you? No.
Nah. I've never backed one to win 50.
Oh, yeah.
Like
multis,
a single bet.
Yeah, single bet.
Single bet, yeah.
So they're in. So you punt club members will know them. They should be in your emails or whatever right now. I'm just getting stuff here. I can't believe Ladbrokes aren't coming to the party yet. They're not. They're mucking around with you. Punt Club, by the way, fantastic company. When we say, because we're out to get the rats, that's Ladbrokes. Punt Club are the guys that we're doing.
We like Punt Club.
Yeah, we like Punt Club a lot.
Ladbrokes are
Guys,
rats.
I know
Ladbrokes are really...
as much as you want to give the punters as much information as possible, the people that are involved in the Punters Club do have the horses that we've currently backed to win 50,000. There's 3 horses already that are there. So get on board, $20 a head, minimum spend, would you say?
You're going to tell them the bet's on the show?
No, I reckon we save it, mate. If the boys went, as soon as they come in, you get these bets, you get access to them.
You're buying into these bets.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm extremely excited about the first
We've got to
bet
work
place.
out how to share them, though. So we'll have to work that out.
I can do that through the Ladbrokes account.
Well, you can look after that.
Okay.
Because I'm in here right now and I'm just having a look and it doesn't have a share option.
BJ, well done on the weekend. Mark Snell, got up for the potty listeners, got up for members, made it a nice winning day for members, and it was the last bet of the day for us, wasn't it?
We were under a bit of pressure.
We're a little bit felt it.
A little bit of pressure.
It was very exciting. I was talking to you after it won, and you were at the track, Paddy, and you were calling me, so I knew you'd thrown the last 100 on it. So we actually tipped it at $19.
19 after deductions.
After deductions.
We took 21 and he was very firm late as well. Like the totes got smashed.
Yeah, well, I was very firm later too. So
That's a boy. That's the kind of gear I like.
It was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
When Nick Spur got up on the fence, I was like, oh, don't do it to me.
That's a tough win.
Don't do it.
That's a very tough win for that horse, Mark Snell.
He did a bit of work to get it to the front. Reece Jones rated him perfectly and he was too strong.
Toughed it out. I love that kind of stuff. So, as you all know it, and if you don't know and you're hearing this for the first time, firstly, welcome to the show. This is the greatest racing show on earth. Secondly, get on board. There will be a link in the description or details in the communications below, whatever you're watching this on, YouTube, Facebook, your podcast app. We are geeing up and getting excited for this Saturday, Stradbroke Handicap. It is the Winter Leg Up Punters Club. Paddy, you are on the plane tomorrow. You're flying up with Luke Hilton. We're catching up tomorrow night. Then we are in here on Saturday. So just so you guys know how this works, it's a $20 buy-in per share, max 50 shares, $1,000 buy-in. That goes into the pot for us to bet. We'll have guest tippers involved. Can we call your old man?
Yeah.
Have you spoken to him? See if he's got one for us?
Here. He said he hasn't had a look at him yet, but he will be having a look at him tomorrow.
We'll get Miracle Mal on the phone. We'll get some bets going. And we're going to bet the pot. We are betting to win on Saturday. There is no saving or anything like that. We are going for it. We have put our money where our mouth is. We're each in for 1,000, I believe. We are ready to go. Make sure you got to do it. You have to have a Ladbrokes account. Your Ladbrokes account has to be verified. Otherwise, you can't be a part of this, and they'll kick you out at 10 a.m. You don't get the winnings. You don't get nothing. So make sure that's all sorted. But I am absolutely pumped. Like I said to the audience when we did a nice live video on Tuesday night after the Stradbroke barrier draw, I'm struggling to sleep. I'm pumped.
It's going to be a fill-up. I can't wait.
This is one of the most exciting things I reckon we've done with the leg up.
Mate, to be able to put on bets of this size is absolutely unreal.
apart from the members only event. That was the other thing. I just absolutely love the members only event.
Which
I loved
one?
it so much I slept there. I mean, it was during the party, but I had to sleep.
There hasn't been a members only event where you haven't put on a man of the match performance.
You've got to lead from the front, mate. Team captain, got to lead from the front. So this is a Stradbroke special. We're not going to go through our usual segments. We're going to drop tonight. We're going to drop the Blake book. We're going to drop the $100 strategy because obviously we need a lot of time to kind of get our our thoughts and heads around tomorrow's Saturday's races. So we kind of want to do that together.
Mate, you cannot be serious this week too as well. Everyone's been very good this week.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry.
That was good, Woodhead.
Everyone's kept it in check.
Very good.
I'm getting quicker on the pots and pans. So, we're going to drop that. Pat, BJ, do you want to do some overs and unders, or are you are we across them as yet?
No, I'm not.
We don't want to actually give anything away as well because we want to take prices.
Yeah, well, I've just taken some prices. I think we'll see what prices they sharp. But there's no real shorties in Sydney, and that's the only meeting that I've really done a deep dive
Sunk
into.
your teeth into.
I'm going to get stuck. I work. I'm going to stay up late tonight, and I'll do Eagle Farm. But I've had a quick look at them. There's a few potential bets.
Been through the farm.
Just running through the farm.
I've been through it.
So we've got our studio set up now. I don't know. I won't move that camera, but I will move it on Saturday to show you. Paddy, you're going to sit here. There's no chair.
Who's left? You're
no
pointing
chair,
at?
so I'm going to need you to sit right
One knee
here.
each. We've
got a big
bloody
fat
six-legged
belly
race.
We're looking at Pat. Pat, you're life size on this TV. So we're going to have the races on
Must
there.
be a big one.
We're going to have racing.com down here so we know if we need to flick to Melbourne for a certain race, we can do that. Another telly down here. We've got another screen here. If anyone's watching this widescreen version, you'll see all this. We're all good. We're all ready.
How good are the mats? A few bar mats, a few beers on those bar mats.
Oh,
there.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Paul Wilcock. He got some merch sent out this week or the week before.
He's been waiting a couple.
He's been waiting a while. He's been sitting there, but he sent us these. Paul, if you're watching or listening, I can't remember. I think you said you do this. I don't know if you do this as an actual business or something like that, but look at these bar mats.
I think you've got a side hustle. So get in touch with him if you want some bar mats.
Well, let us know and we'll tell you what his business is. So get in touch with us and we'll hook you up with Coxie. And I'm going to send one to Heckers, who made the leg up lager. He'll have a good at home bar setup. So
Deserve it.
All over my car.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you could put one of the beer mats down in front of
the
your car.
Yeah, in the car. Stinks like beer, that car. So the live stream will kick off about midday on Saturday. It'll be myself, Pat, BJ. We will be phone calling people. We'll be getting people involved. We will be doing prizes, giveaways. I already know about 50 or 60 blokes that are going to be watching this live stream. We got another club. Not a bowls club. We've got another club that's going to put it on their big screen because they're all involved with it. I can't remember what one it was. Someone sent me a message today, but I'll find that out. So we're going to be on
Bowling Club.
So we're going to be the West Tamworth Bowling Club, I think.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be somewhere else. So it's going to be we're going to be viral. Is that the word?
Viral, yeah.
Oh, who's my man in Cairns that not Cairns Mull? Who's our other man in Cairns that absolutely loves it, that manages the pub up there? He should get us on.
Oh, Benny Power. He's a champion. One of the
Benny
members.
Power.
He'll be in.
We should do a members event at Cairns. I'd love
I'd
to go
be
to
so keen for that. Have a little hit up at the Marina Mirage up Port Douglas or something like that.
Have a little hit up at Gilligan's.
Oh, yeah. Big hit. Hey, I've actually got something for you. A little bit of chat. I was checking out. I saw the Boys Got Paid page. They're passing a bill. It's currently sitting at about 50-50. It's been read. This is in Parliament in New Zealand. So they are trying to pass so that every racecourse in New Zealand can have a BYO license. So imagine that. So imagine in general admission, I'm not actually 100% sure what that is, but in general admission, people can go in there with their own grog and they can drink whatever piss they bring in. Are we liking this for an
Huge.
idea here in Australia? BJ, what do you think?
I think they do it at the Bull. I think you're allowed to take your esky at the Bull.
Oh, because it's on the
Really?
hill. That'll just be private property.
I think you're allowed to.
So can you imagine? So, Paddy, you're at the races last week at Rose Hill. Could you see a section of Rose Hill where people can just be there with their eskies,
Mate.
wheeling them in?
I'm a huge fan of this. Massive fan of this. Whether it's, I don't know, what about just walking into the members with a bottle of Blue Label scotch and just pouring your own drinks all day? No, but I went over to New York and went to the Belmont races the day that American Pharaoh won the Kentucky
Derby, yeah.
Yeah, and I walked in and I thought I was at a massive uni party. So out the back, there'd be a space the size of 2 football fields, and they were just going hammer and tong. Everyone had their eskies. They were playing beer pong.
So is that,
Mate,
could they see the races? Or
Well,
this was just a pure tailgate?
yeah, mate, it was a bit of a tailgate because the stand was there. So to watch the race, they'd have to walk out the front of the stand.
Yeah.
But they're out on these massive fields just drinking and enjoying themselves. And then once the race is on, everyone comes out the front. When it's over, they go out the back and continue partaking in their games. I reckon it's a great idea, especially even if they only brought it in for country tracks.
I'd be super happy with that. Imagine Grafton.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah,
doing
mate,
that
imagine
at
all the-
Grafton. You've got all that spot around the back. Everyone can just come up to the fence. But you're putting less money through the racetracks, which I suppose would be the issue because, they're not getting grog
Charge
sales
more
there.
to get in. But it's like going to the park and,
Yeah,
and
imagine
taking the kids later.
would you pay, let's say you're Grafton, because we know that as a country course, and we know, who's the manager for there? The bloke?
Colin Keane.
Colin Keane. If you said, okay, it's $50 a head. $50 a head, but you can set your car up and sink piss till 10:30 tonight. Everyone would pay it.
Done.
No one's going to, you're not going to guarantee $50 a head over the bar in members and general admission.
I
We're
don't
very
even
busy.
reckon-
We've got a members only bed in here.
I don't reckon it could be a money issue. I think they'd make enough money off the punting by getting more people to the track. It's I think the spectacle would improve just
You
having
could put
more people
more
there.
on-course bookies. They'd just be slightly off course. They'd be in the car park.
Yeah, but just the spectacle of having more people there, more of an atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think it can only do good for racing.
I'll bring it up with Gold Coast Turf Club. They love talking
More
about it.
more security guards again jobs.
The Ambos wouldn't just be on track. They'd be
More
on track.
Ambos.
There'd be some stinks, wouldn't there?
More
It'd be
Ambos.
like a BNS ball, and you just sleeping in your ute and stuff like that. So plenty to get through. So were we saying yes to BYO?
I can't wait to
country
see what the
tracks?
Kiwis do. Jacinda
I love
Ardern,
it.
she usually
It's
passes
actually-
good shit like this.
I'll say yes.
Yeah, it's actually in some tracks over there. So to our Kiwi brothers and sisters that watch and listen, sure.
Turbo.
Sure, bro. Shout out to our Kiwi man, JT. He got us the first try scorer in members only last night. So Jack White.
That was nice.
15s or
Didn't
16s.
have the game, Jack White.
He's
Jack
so
Whiten?
quick. He's so
Not to be confused with Jack Crichton.
Jack
Oh,
Crichton.
Crichton.
Stephen Crichton.
Stephen
Did they
Crichton.
start the right
That was a
bloke?
poor selection, wasn't it?
Crichton,
Oh, he was
Whiten.
cold. He's walked into that game up sitting on the bench for 60 minutes and a half time.
Oh,
break.
someone
So-
stole my ball.
Oh, that's not fair. Munster was
Money
good.
Munster.
We
Money
won't do.
Munster,
We
he
won't
was
do
on.
an Origin review. We could, but it'll go for an hour. So we have 3 massive races to get through in this episode. So I've only had. Obviously, we've got a lot going on, setting ourselves up for this weekend. Our 3 main races that we want to go through tonight are the Q22.
Q22.
Q22, JJ Atkins, and of course the big one, the Stradbroke Handicap. Paddy, have you had a good look at these 3 races?
Mate, I've done them all. I
love
couldn't-
it.
Somebody stop me.
Somebody stop me. Yeah, that is very exciting. I like that. That's good, strong.
Mate, I'll go through
it's
whatever race you
excitement.
like. I'm happy to go through it.
Let's just do these 3 because we want to get together, gather around. We've got a lot going on in the. If you have, I also bought your shares for the Winter Leg Up Punters Club. Make sure you find the Winter Leg Up Punters Club Facebook group, because we've got polls going on in there. Make sure you join before Friday as well, or before Friday Arvo. Get your shares now, because you'll get emailed from Punt Club asking you for thoughts on quaddie legs and things like that. We said all that on Tuesday night on the live show. If you haven't seen that, go back and have a look. But I'm going to have some opinions, and I'm going to ask some questions of you, Patrick, and Blake. You said you've kind of glanced over them. But I want to just talk about these three races like we're going through the normal podcast. We may not be having bets on these horses on Saturday, but more than likely maybe. So let's just have a look. So our current fave. So let's go to race 6. Can we just do a quick weather update? They're predicting a good fall. We're going to get a good track there. Obviously, it's Eagle Farm. There hasn't been a lot of rain around. There's been some rain at night. It has been ice cold up here on the Gold Coast. I think. Yeah, I've lived up here for 6 years. I've never seen it be this cold. I think it got down to 8 degrees last night. So be plenty of dew in the mornings, I'd say. Is it cold give you dew?
Yeah.
Yeah. I should know. I do the weather. Eagle Farm, race 6, 2,200 metres, Group 2. It's the Sky Racing Q22. I'm going to call it that. I'm going to stick to calling it that. Our current favourite with, actually, you know what? I'm going to do all Ladbrokes prices here because
They're accepting our bets.
well, some of them. One of the bets came through as 2 bets, BJ. Why is that?
Because they pushed it. They didn't let us have the full on at the odds boost.
Oh.
But that's okay. Oh,
They're already watching.
We just run second. The horse runs second.
In members.
But the horse that won it,
Don't.
go and have a look at the win. It won like far lap.
Well, okay. We'll be on it next start.
Don't know, but
We'll see.
went
Doesn't
like
matter.
far lap.
I don't want you using all the winners before Saturday anyway.
Carre.
Don't use all. Don't just get one. Maybe a nice little.
We'll get one tomorrow.
Little
I've got
entree
one
tomorrow.
I've got one tomorrow.
Oh, let us know.
Not a big one.
Okay. We'll just save it for Saturday, okay? Huta.
Wetor.
Huetor at $3.20. Maximal at $5.50. Hopeful Rachel King on board for Annabelle Neesham at $9. The Chosen One, $12. Numeron, this website is the biggest joke. I can't actually see the price for Numeron. Great House at $13. Ladon de V at $16. Polygraph at Chris Waller at $17. Do I need to keep going through these? Either Creadiris is in there, Ballistic Boy, Cucaracha, Yonkers at $31. It's a very wide open race outside of these top 2. Paddy, talk us through the race. Where did you go first? Where are you looking at? Tell us what you've got on top, and then maybe give us a little bit of value as well.
It's a tough one here because we don't have a lot of the best of the best horses here. It's sort of that second run of these 1.5 mile horses, 2,200 metre horses. So
yeah.
It is tough to really line them up because you've got some up and comers coming through, or some horses in a bit of form coming through, and you've got the old stages as well, like Colding, the Chosen One. So it is a hard sort of race to line up. But in saying that, we've got one here that we've just been waiting, and the breeding says that it was going to be a great horse, and you sort of think, geez, there's a lot of horses that go through for a lot of money and a lot of good breeding that don't end up hitting their potential. But wow, this guy's run last start, that I don't know, mate, that got me excited, got me very, very excited. I know our man DJC tipped him on top, or tipped him a place. He paid $6 a place. Was still a big price, and we're still waiting for it to find its feet. But Maximal.
Oh, we are talking about Maximal.
Yeah, Maximal, mate. I think they've tinkered with the gear again this start. There are blinkers off, winkers on. It did over race a little bit down the back straight, so I think there is still more improvement there for it. It savaged the line. I was really impressed with it, and I think if the pennies drop for this horse, it's breeding, and that run last start say that it could be anything. And geez, I can't wait to be on it on the weekend because the 2,200 metre, the step up in distance, it excites me.
It seems to work well. It's going to race on speed. You've got Nash on board. It was at a good price. It was at a big price last start, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah,
31s.
We're still sort of waiting for the penny to drop with it. Yeah, and a good track.
So what? Jeez, it was. I was having a look now. It was bloody. It's a good run last start. Maximal's a good horse.
I think it has the opportunity to turn the tables on Weta as well. They were racing in a pair, sort of most of the race, and Weta got to come up the inside, and so only beat it by 3/4 of a length, I would say. And I think Maximal was going better on the line, so it was. It's an exciting horse, and it has exciting bloodline. So,
did Nash ride him last start?
No.
Yes,
actually,
he did.
He did.
Well, Nash can
He did. I
stand
think
over him.
it needs a jockey like Nash too.
Yeah,
Jeez, he's going
Really
well, Nash, isn't he?
stoke it up and wake him up.
just rode a winner at Wyong. Nash is one of my favourite riders. He's legend.
Oh, good.
If I ever buy a vape shop, I'm going to call it Nash. Nash
Get the
rule.
Nash. Sorry, I'm just double checking something because it's saying that I've left this recording. Which does it say that on your end? You can still see me and hear me.
I can see you.
Well, you're
I can
next
see
to
you,
me.
mate.
Okay. Tell me some more about this. I'm just going to grab another beer. The fridge is right there. We've got the whole setup here. Tell us something else you like. Maybe something at some odds. BJ, have you kind of spec this race a little bit?
Oh, not really, but I know the horses. Maximal, I agree with Pat on Maximal. He's a very nice horse, and he has been looking for a dry surface. And no, thank you. And Nash stood over him last start, and he really savaged the line. So I know that the stable have had a massive opinion of him ever since he's running the Golden Eagle, but he's just been plagued by wet surfaces this preparation. But got onto a dry last start and found his best form. So he's going to be very hard to beat. Huetor is a very good horse. Live Cox Plate chance later in the year. So it's an interesting race. Colden could improve getting back onto.
I was going to say, mate, the good horse up the top, Coldy. It was a good run last start. And if
Currently
it was
26-1. Pikey on board.
if it was to produce its best, it's right in it. But in saying that, I actually think it's a race in two. The two horses that came up against Zaki, the two horses that beat Zaki, I feel like that they had Yonkers measure quite easily. There's a few others there that are in that race, and I think those two will only improve going forwards. And I think Maximal it's the horse that really excites me.
Thoughts on Polly Gray?
Needs to be wet.
17s. I thought it would be a lot
Needs to be
further out
wet.
in the market, to be honest with you, and there's no rain predicted, as far as I know.
Yeah, I think it's fair enough. Her best is on wet surfaces, and she's going to get far from that at Eagle Farm on Saturday.
So what do? They just throw her in this race just in case. Just in case she has a birthday. Or it pisses down Friday
Yeah,
night.
well, technically, mate, they would have been on track going towards this race, so they there's probably no reason to
to pull it up.
not throw it in. Have a shot
There's
at the
nowhere else
stumps.
for her to go, really, unless she goes for a spell. So, yeah, why wouldn't you send her around? Big money.
Yeah, big money, this one. It's this
1.2
is
million.
1.2. Oh, yeah. This is only a couple of years old, this race, as well. So, it's going to be a good addition. These three main races we're talking about, they're all going to be very, very good races. This is going to be a tough punting race, I think, for us. But obviously, I like Max because it's got the name Max in it. But we won't be putting money on anything that has reasoning like that behind it.
That's right, Woodhead.
No, you can't do that.
I could say another thing, and that's why I'd back Esty Fenny, but I wouldn't go there. I just wouldn't go there.
Our mate over at Punt Hub, Andrew Porter, he did this punt club thing for Magic Round NRL, and they were down to their very last bet. And the last bet they had, I don't know, 15,000. Like they literally just had what's left in the pot to get everyone their money back. In fact, 10% ROI, so very, very good. So $20 share, 22 back, which is very good. They got it. It was Cowboys to win, Scotty Drinkwater to score, which is a great bet, but they said, and it's Scotty's birthday, and he got absolutely torn apart. It's like, what kind of form is that? If you only we only won because you bet on at his birthday. It's like, well, you've won.
Yeah, who cares?
It's all luck in that first try scorer market.
Huh?
It's all luck in that first try scorer market. And
they had any time try scorer, and he scored first too.
I've got to say too, boys, punters have got to be careful on the weekend because there'll be people out there, there'll be people walking around tipping Creaderas. You got to be careful.
Oh, yeah. There's one in each of these races.
Got to be careful. Yeah, there's
is there one in the JJ Atkins for the sickos? We might head there now.
No, there's one earlier. There's Kubrick. But yeah, be careful of that friend that's walking around tipping Creaderas. It's they've got serious butterflies in their head.
I reckon Creaderas is it. I wonder what Jay Combs said about him. He's fit.
Win.
He'll win.
Oh, let me look through my little binoculars. Win. What are you looking at? Oh, there's a butterfly over there in that guy's head.
Where's the horses? Oh, over there.
Spin him around. He's facing the wrong way.
Should I use some of my my sound effects? We've got to come up with some sound effects. We should do a vote on one of the ones.
Can we get a shovel karaoke one?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we've got to get one where we can kick people out of the chat, because if anyone starts being abusive or anything like that, that win by... That was Will O'Keefe saying that win by that horse was super impressive.
It was.
He knows he's racing, Will O'Keefe.
Yeah, that was very impressive. She needed to be good because she was going to go back to last, and she went back to last, and she was good.
That's a good analysis of that win. Let me get the Ladbrokes prizes up for
You go back and watch the replay because.
Well, race 8 at Wyong.
Put it in the Blake book.
Group 1 season, baby. Straight into race 7, 1,600 metres, Eagle Farm. It's the Group 1. JJ Adkins. It's the Treasury Brisbane. Listen, if we win on Saturday for the punters, maybe we meet everyone at the Treasury. Or come down to the Star.
Oh, I'll see you down the chair. Get me down to Fortitude Valley.
Burleigh.
Oh yeah, we got a booking. We've finally got a booking for a restaurant, Paddy.
Where have we booked at?
We're booked at Mr. Hazola's. So if anyone's in Burleigh and wants to get on it,
Burleigh Pavilion until 8 o'clock.
We're too old to be there till 8 o'clock.
Well, we got dinner at 8 o'clock.
The young people come in at 8, so we might miss them.
Dinner at 8?
Yeah,
how good's that? Dinner Friday nights at 4:30.
We'll be blind before dinner, which is great.
Dinner at 8. We could order any sort of sake at that joint.
It's good, this joint. Oh, shivers. I just remembered their stools. I hate sitting on stools, like high tables. I'll stand.
Oh, are they?
I'll stand and eat. It's healthier anyway. Sharp and Smart is our current favourite with Ladbrokes at $4.20. Political Debate, $4.40. She's a Belter with Pikey on board at $4.80. So we've got three really tying up this top part of the market. Brereton, $11. I think plenty have gone into Brereton at that good price. Lethal Thoughts at 13s with Owen County. Basquiat. That horse at $14. Brosnan, Twin Stars, Green Shadows, Ringmasters. This is a big race. Over 1,600 metres. Great. Coming off, that was Sharp and Smart that came up and nearly nabbed Political Debate last week, wasn't it? The short.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So we
bloody G. Rogie sending one over.
What? Who's G. Rogie?
Bloody Graham Rogerson sending one over from New Zealand. Just trying to steal one off Chris Waller.
I think they gelded it. I think they gelded him prior to last start as well.
Yeah, Rogie was here training for, I don't know, the whole time when we were growing up. He used to have thousands of horses. So, yeah, it would have been quite a get coming over and stealing a race off Chris Waller, but seems
They
to have a
might,
nice one
they
here.
might steal the big one.
Yeah, this could be it. That could have just been just an easy win in the semi, but they've just streaked through.
He might, but shit, it had a good run. The gap opened up for it. It was there for the taking.
It was a strong win. What price was it? It was at good odds, wasn't it? About
Who knows? He would have been-
$6, I think.
Yeah.
There's one here I thought you might be leaning.
Mate was $2, so it was definitely up there. It's had 3 starts, 1 win, two seconds. It's looking prime. Paddy, have you got it as you're on top of here, sharp and smart?
No, I don't. I
Talk
was
to
never
me.
a big Roger fan, actually, so
Oh, Roger.
I'm happy to let it go through to the keeper.
Yeah,
But your
okay.
men are here with Brereton, Woodhead, the guys that are naming the horses after the
Footy
ex-footballers.
stars. Yeah, Jamie Carr on board, Peter Moody.
You backed this horse first up for its first win.
Yeah, we did. We tipped it, didn't we? It was like early last
in
year, is that
November.
right?
Yeah, I think it was back in November. We were
Late
on
last
it, but
year. I meant late last year.
late last year.
Late last year, yeah.
Early, it was a year.
long couple of
Mate,
years.
we've got one here. We've got bloody the late season Fireburn running around here. I'm telling you. She's a belter. Wowee. Go and watch its last start. Absolutely unbelievable turn of foot. It really got me excited, this horse. It's I thought I was watching Fireburn. It was unbelievable.
It's only had the one. What race was that?
It was a
What
good
race
win.
was
It
it?
was
The
an Eagle
size
Farm, I
projects.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the size
1400
produce with
metres.
Pikey on board. Good odds too. That was also coming off good odds as well.
It didn't look like anyone was going to get.
She started off in
Sorry?
WA and then she struck a couple of heavy tracks.
Correct.
I think she's with Peter and Paul Snowden, isn't she?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Good win last start, getting back onto the drive.
55 kilos, 6 career starts with 3 wins, 2 placings. That was I like Swiss Exile in that race, and it got over it. So she's a belter. This is what we're liking. She's a belter.
I'm not sure what I like
Mate.
yet.
Unbelievable run, that thing. And I'll tell you, I'll take another way. Brereton was a nice run too, but they were both held on the line. It had Brereton on the line, so it was, mate, you don't expect horses to come from that far back. It's absolutely unbelievable. So, yeah, it is. I think we've got one here. It's been looking for distance too this whole time. Watch its 1200 metre race where it got beat by Natuno. It just looked like a horse wanting further than that 1200 metre race. And I guess those 2-year-olds, they all start out over the 1200 metres, and it's easy to put a line through them and say, it wasn't as good as this horse or that horse. But once these 2-year-olds get out to distance, it's a completely different race. And it running over the 1400 metre last start where it ran down a horse that was seemingly off and gone,
Yeah.
I think the mile just presents
Very
absolutely
strong.
perfectly for it right here.
Are you finding, firstly, BJ, is there anything you've kind of run your eye over and like, or sticking out to you as you're doing it while we speak?
Sorry.
Good chat between you two lads. Do you know what? The banter in the studio is absolutely off tap.
We're gonna
Sam.
have to. What do you do to clear evil spirits from the new? We're gonna have to sage the room. BJ has got that much going on right now in the lead up to this weekend. He is all about members only and punt club. It's good you hear that. I appreciate you helping me
You've
put
put
the
a-
thingy up and.
You've put egg cartons inside that hat, haven't you, to just turn the head noise down?
Oh, his mic's off. His headphones are off. We'll just check that out.
I'm listening.
Have you run your eye over the JJ Atkins? Has anything kind of stuck out to you?
Nah.
To start with,
No, not yet.
Paddy, what about Mashani Spartan?
I know,
Fat
mate, I
Oz,
know you're
Les
a big-
Ross.
Yeah, not to be confused with his brother Rick Ross.
Yeah. Ben Thompson. Are you going to give us some? You'd have Rick Ross. Come on. Bose. Give us some. Bose. I
Like-
got 100. Oh, no. I was about to say a word you definitely can't say.
You can't say those words, mate.
Cannot say those words. Ben Thompson, one of your faves on board, currently 100-1.
Yeah,
Could be a little surprise there.
Should be 200 to 1.
Okay.
Mate, I know
You're like
you are
nothing
big,
else. Nothing else.
You're
here.
a big Mashani fan. They're like, to you, they're like Bales at the Dogs.
Bales
you
at the
just
Dogs.
you just back them for their name, and there's a million of them running around. I've seen you do this before.
I
No
remember
way.
thinking, because my mum's maiden name's Bale. I thought, Bale, I'll back that. I'll just back it.
How many greyhounds has Mum owned?
Oh, there's a lot of Bales in here. Jeez, I've done my ass. So we are moving away from political debate. It just didn't show enough last week. You thinking, Paddy?
I thought as well as I thought Sharp and Smart got the best. He got the run of the race, but political debate seemed to get a pretty easy run too. Tracked in. I thought should have really smashed him with the run that it had, and I didn't go and watch both races. The She's a Belter race is just it is a belter, that horse.
Yeah,
can't
there
get
is a
over it.
big spruik on political debate. They're saying Cox Plate horse.
Yeah.
Did it show enough last week? Just
No, but James speaks very highly of him.
If it ends up in a Cox Plate off the form that it's had at the moment, they'll write a book about it.
You've also got to wear Mug's hat this weekend.
Me?
Yeah, you owe us a cowboy hat rendition.
Why? Who won for that?
No, that was for the
Mug was on fire.
No,
at the
that
race.
Special K.
Mug
Special
was on
K.
that was Kementari.
You owe us
wasn't
for
it?
Special K. So we'll get you a hat and you can wear it out
Kementari.
on Saturday night.
We won't. Or you'll message me Saturday morning and go, get a cowboy out.
Go to the cheap shop.
Go to the cheap
Post it
shop.
to me. I might get it before the start of next season.
You
Yeah,
might be
that's
able to get it from the airport. So maybe you get it on the way. And at least you get to choose your hat.
Hilda usually wears stupid hats to the races.
He doesn't mind a like a little what are they called? Like a peaky blinder.
Yeah, I've seen
yeah.
Buskers bag him out about his hat.
They're the Ken Goal hats.
He wears them backwards like Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, look, it's Luke L. Hilton.
Like Chingy.
What? You can't say that either.
Yeah.
You remember Chingy?
We'd be chilling at the Holiday Inn.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
the
my
singer.
group with 4 of your friends.
That's
Yeah,
with
I ain't
Snoop.
sorry.
That's with Snoop.
Yeah, that was good. I wonder if the live audience liked that.
I like the way you do that right there.
Right there. We need
Remember
some.
that, Pat?
Don't you remember that, Pat?
I know that you've got to put on those pots and pans the R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Remix to
Remix
Ignition. That
Pump
always
and
gets played
fresh out
up.
the-
Hot and fresh out the kitchen,
Kitchen,
mama,
mama
rolling that body, got every man in here wishing,
Oh,
sipping
we'll get that
on
on
Coke
there.
and rum. I'm like, so what? Drunk. Get that on there, please.
Told you that gets
Rum
him.
and Coke?
Oh, I love rum and Coke.
Paddy, what
Used
were
to
we?
have it on tap at Castle Hill RSL. Remember that, Paddy, when we were kids?
I think there was
I
some
do.
sort of legalities came in, so you could. We're talking about this Bundy draft.
Yeah.
Talking about
It was
the other
just
day
like-
was the best.
It was just like a paste that they could just tip down my throat. And
Castle
nose
Hill
would go-
RSL was a good place when we were kids.
Oh, it was the best.
That was good.
It was the best.
Yeah.
Anyone from Western Sydney, Castle RSL. But we, if you don't know rum on tap, it was special because it would get you so
Yeah.
drunk. You were so high on the sugar, you had to fight someone. And
Yeah, they
a lot of
started
the
testing it on rats.
Yeah, and a lot of the pubs in our area, they would only sell them in middies.
Boxing
because, yeah, because it's harder to glass someone with a midi. But the toll gate, and if anyone knows Parramatta, you'll know how tough our upbringing was. We used to be
But
able
geez,
to
if
get
anyone
pints
knows-
of it at the toll
Who's
gate.
the bloke that took him into Belangolo State Forest? He was there. Ivan
Milat.
Milat. He was a frequenter of the toll gate.
I remember having a couple of pints of Bundy draft with Ivan.
Oh, Jesus.
My wife used to live like 3 doors down from Ivan Milat.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, did he?
In Belangolo?
in Campbelltown.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Seatown.
Jesus.
That's scary, isn't it?
I think it was Campbelltown, somewhere around there.
Kayla, I'm just
don't know
going to
what- I
meet the
don't know
boys
what
at the
my
toll
wife
gate.
I don't know what my wife did or lived before we met. Yeah, the tollgate. That was an absolute shitter of a pub. No gang colours was the big sign over the front door, and you used to be able to get Bundy on tap, and yeah, it was good. Most of my fights as a kid were there.
You and Pat
too.
used to have to take off your boy band colours.
We actually had to do
walked
that
in.
once as well. Pat nearly got us killed because he was wearing a sky blue, like, we
I
went
remember
to a
that.
house party, like, out the back of Hawkesbury. Like,
Oh,
there
yeah,
was
someone
some,
threw a massive cinder block at your head.
trying to throw a
It
cinder
would've
block on my
killed you.
head. and a bloke that we were with who's not really into the rough stuff, he had to get a knife. He was so worried that someone's getting him. And the whole fight started because he went to like a real country, like, it was like a shindig. You know, everyone was getting pissed and, you know, everyone like cowboys and that. And
I'd stand up like a clown, looking like a clown.
no, you did not. You had a sky blue muscle shirt, and the front was a huge V-neck with like leather through it to tie it up. So imagine like the front of a shoe. Like,
Where did I get that
It
shirt
would have been
from?
like Fresh Jive. Do you remember that brand?
Oh,
back when-
100% it was frustrating. Someone
What was
said something like, we walked in and someone goes like, here's the,
Gay cowboy.
that word, wiggle. Because it was,
Oh, really?
and then, someone tried to kill me there. So that was fun. I forgot about that. That was a goodie. That's a good little, I hope the audience appreciates the story.
So if you were
Big
in
lovers of
that-
fashion out there.
If you were at that party, let us know.
Let us, good. I like how you brought it back to
Please.
the podcast.
Yeah.
I think for a minute there we forgot that we're doing a pod.
Let us know. if
We
you're
still
at that
are.
party.
Let's do the strategy. I can't tell you. This might be my favourite race. I don't know if it's just because of the lead up to this weekend or something like that, but I'm loving every part of it. I'm loving every bit of it. I'm loving everybody's opinions on horses. Of course, it's the Group 1 Stradbroke Handicap Race 8 over 1,400 metres at Eagle Farm. Wowzers. Ladbrokes are giving good odds here, actually. I have to give the laddies a bit of a shout out on what they are doing with this race. Maybe because they know. In fact, they're better off not giving us good odds because we're going to hammer them in this race. I think we discussed on Tuesday night possibly each having a bet in this race.
Definitely.
You ready to go through them? BJ, have you had a bit of a thought? You
Had a
don't
bit
have
of
to
a
talk
look.
about.
Yeah, I had a bit of a look.
I wish I kind of had the comparisons on where they came in after the barrier draw, but the one that actually zipped right in is 11:11, and it is currently the favourite at $4.80. Greg Hickman, Huey Bowman, Ayrton is now pushed out to $6. Apache Chase $9.50, Isotope at $10, The Blood, Alligator Blood at $11, Rothfire $12. Paddy Private Eye from Barrier 1 is $14. This is an interesting horse, and I want to talk to you about it. Laws of Indices, which is currently $15, so that's had come in a touch, as well as Soxagon at 16s with Startantes. Valana, the only Godolphin runner in the race at $18. Brooklyn Hustle, here you go, sickos, $26. Frankie Pino from South Australia at $26. I Am Superman, Emerald Kingdom. Buffalo River with the King on board at 50s, and it just kind of patters out from there. Bandersnatch is currently 70-1. Paddy, they got the 12 barrier. I got a couple of, stats. Did we go through these on Tuesday night? I think we did.
You did a few stats. You did a couple of
yeah.
stats.
For anyone that wasn't,
The three people in the world.
Yeah, there was a lot of people on the live, to be honest with you. But since 2004, only one favourite has won it. 6-year-olds have won it. Paddy, and this has come straight off the pages of RaceNet, so it's not like I've gone to the annals of history.
You haven't broken down an Excel spreadsheet and just found your own.
I have, but I
stats,
copied
haven't
and pasted from RaceNet. Since 1991, 9 winners have come from the Doomben 10,000. 3 have come from the Goodwood. The only horse that came top 4 in either of those 2 races leading into this was Frankie Pino, which we just mentioned. And only 7 winners since 1991 have won their lead-up race. 7 have finished second heading into the Stratty, while 4 have finished third and fourth. Tofane, my dad's neighbour, he won it last year, 54.5 kilos, coming from barrier 10. And in regards to the barriers, since 1983, 18 winners have come from gate 10 or wider. The most popular barriers with 4 wins apiece are barrier 3, barrier 12, and barrier 18. $1.5 million. Let's get into it. Oh. What are you liking?
Who, me or Blake? Who are you talking to?
Blake hasn't looked at this race.
I have had a little look, but you go.
I'm backing
Me?
up. Oh, no, let me just start. You guys can pull it apart. Right now, if we were to have our bets right now, I'm backing Apache Chase. Okay. I think it backed up really well. We liked that run in the Archer, and I'll talk to you about. I like the thing that actually nabbed it in the Archer, and I think it's silly odds. Emerald Kingdom.
Emerald Kingdom.
Yeah. If I was to have a bet right now, and there's about 3 horses I'd have a bet on, it would be Apache Chase at $9.50. Paddy, have you got it in your kind of numbers?
I don't. I still don't know how it got away with what it got away with last start.
It wasn't a fluke. It had a good lead-up run.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a fluke.
This race.
I don't know. I would have thought Apache Chase and Emerald Kingdom were out of their depth here, but I
Has
guess
not
after
moved
Apache
a
Chase
cent.
put the runs on the board last start, it's hard to knock. But it couldn't win it last year with less weight, so that stat's got to count for something.
It might. It was a year ago. What were you doing a year ago?
What was I doing? I was probably lacing up that light blue shirt, muscle shirt, and seeing who could still make it out to.
I can't believe we told
to
that story. That's a great story.
To a night out.
I
See
bet
if we
we'd
can get in a
enjoy
bit of
that.
trouble.
So what? You do not have Apache Chase? I think it was super strong win. You cannot knock its Eagle Farm form.
He's a winner.
He's an absolute winner. 6 wins from 10 attempts at this
Desley's
distance.
first Group 1.
Last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think about this one. I'm like, no, I think I won one last week. Paddy, who do you like? If you don't like Apache Chase, talk to me. Talk to me, son.
I think we found 2 big Apache fans over there.
Oh, are you with me, B? Do you kind of liking Apache?
No, but I do like Apache. But no,
It wouldn't be your bet.
I'm
Wouldn't have to be,
I'm
'cause-
definitely going to back. I'm going to back Rothfire. I think Rothfire is ready to fire.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Rothy. Big Rothy coming from barrier 20. Currently
Yeah,
$15, I think.
Yeah, gave side first up, and then he was only average
Big Rick
second
Roth.
up on that heavy surface. But last start he loomed to win, and he just half peaked on his run late. I reckon grand final day from barrier 20, there's only one option. They're going to set him alight. He'll go forward, hopefully land in the first 4, and this is grand final day.
I like Rothfire as well.
His best is the best in the race. Definitely.
That's a very fair statement.
Definitely.
Very
Oh,
fair.
Rothfire,
This is-
100%.
yeah, this is a horse that was in the Everest. This is a horse that...
His best is the best in the race. And his best at Eagle Farm over this trip when he won, I think what race did he win? He won the Sires or something like that, or did he win the JJ?
Remember, look, I'll find that out for you.
He won the, I think he won the Sires over 1,400 metres at Eagle Farm, and he absolutely went like a jet. So Tommy takes over.
It was the JJ Atkins.
Was the JJ
yeah.
over a mile?
Over 1,400 metres.
1,400. Is the JJ a mile now?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Why did they win
1,600.
over 1,400 that year?
Would have been at Doomben. Right?
Oh, it was when Eagle Farm was getting developed or something like that.
I've actually got it as Eagle Farm on the stats, but I think that was at Doomben. And I don't think, no,
I don't know why.
as
they
if
ran it over
Doomben doesn't have a 1,600 metre mark. Of course they'd have the mile marker. Anyway, yeah, no, it did. Right, over 1,400 regardless.
Not sure why they ran it over 1,400 metres, but yeah, that confused me. But yeah, geez, he went like a jet that day. And yeah, if he brings his best, he's going to be hard to beat.
Well, this
I
is
reckon they're
exciting.
probably just peaking him for Saturday.
Well, this is exciting. I do wish he drew out of everything on when I watched the barrier draw before we went live. I did wish he drew slightly better
Yeah,
barrier.
don't worry about that. Don't worry about those barriers for speed horses.
You think he can get that early speed, get out there and...
I do. I think he'll work over. At least it lets him get into a balance and roll forward. Like if he
Apache
draw
won't be getting no rest with it coming across.
I'm very happy with the Rothfire bet. If we do have a bet on it, I think the price. I think people will find it in the market probably.
This will be you and Blake. Blake will be on Rothfire. You on Apache Chase. Oh, okay. Stop, boys. Stop. Slow down. Slow down. No, keep going. Keep going.
We're all
Mate,
on.
they are going to drive each other mad.
No, Desley doesn't mind if Apache Chase takes a sit. She's come out and said if something wants to go mad, let's hope it's raw fire, she'll let him go.
What have they got? They got the
If
two
that-
turns, so Apache will. The problem with Apache is it might just not have room to run. They might come around
they-
it and it doesn't get out. And
If they go mad up front, my fellow bloods,
oh
who
no,
will we?
oh no,
Who will we be waiting to gobble them up, my fellow bloods?
are you going alligator blood?
My fellow bloods.
Can you wear a red bandana on Saturday?
I've got something better. If you tip alligator blood, you can wear my alligator blood socks. I've got alligator blood socks. And you know what? Didn't even think. And I was doing this race yesterday. I was having a good look at it, and I was sitting there in my office and I had my boots off because I was suited and booted yesterday because we had some distributors in town, and I had my alligator socks on.
Did anybody
Mate,
notice them?
No, I put my shoes on when the clients came
When it gets up, I'll wear them out on my hands that night. I'm telling you.
Just snapping at everyone.
Yeah, I'll eat with them and everything. And I think it's a very, very real possibility that will be happening. And I'll even get something red and put a little tongue in there too, so it's like a little dragon. I'm telling you, this horse,
the blood.
if it's back, which I think it is, that run last start was absolutely brilliant behind Soxagon. It was wide. It made a long, sustained run. I think it'll appreciate the step up in distance. Drops starkly in weight. Doesn't matter about the barrier because it'll be going back. It is a great racehorse, and it had a long time off because its back was sore.
Who knows as well? Because who knows the full story with what happened at that stage with that horse?
There are a lot of problems, but
a lot of problems off field there, like in the stables and in the ownership group and things like that. So let's just. It'd be lovely. It'd be lovely. These are all horses that I like. These are all horses I like. So I'm so glad that we're all betting together because, yeah, that would be huge if one of these guys got up. And by the way, we've all liking things at 10-1 or more. I'll just say something. Do we have to have some sort of exotic on all three, just in case we've fucking read this race like a book and the three horses just run 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, we try and get the trifecta 100 times.
Yes, obviously. This could be, my facts, but I think Gay has never won a Stradbroke. I think that she's coming up on some sort of ridiculous milestone for wins. This might be...
I think it might be 100 Group 1
150th.
150th Group 1 win. Imagine this for a set play. If that's what she's just said, listen, the blood
Fellow blood
is going to bring up our 150th Group 1 in a Group 1 that I've never won before.
Mate, its last run was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was pretty special.
It goes better second up. Goes better second up this horse too.
We'll see. Where's he going to get to from 21? He's not a speed horse.
They're going to get back, but they're going to be flying.
Yeah, but that's a myth in racing.
Flying.
That's a myth.
What?
When they go real hard on speed, horses are favoured because backmarkers are chasing for too far, so they don't have the when you're all tired. It's better to be in front than have ground to be made up.
It'll be fit as you'll have Timmy Clark.
The Lithgow Panther is a myth. If they run along, it'll be running over the top of them.
Fast races, you need to be within 6 lengths of the leader.
Oh, it's
and
only
he could be 14 lengths from the leader.
No. Oh,
No, he won't be that. That's what I'm scared of with Private Eye. That's why I can't have it top weight too far back. Cannot have. But Alligator Blood with
They won't see which way he goes, Rothfire.
so the blood will be sitting off
Alligator
pace.
Blood will be like, where did he
Our two will be
go?
absolute.
Snap, snap, snap.
snappy, snappy, snap. Oh, Pat's got the socks on his hands.
Oh, yeah, the socks he's eaten from other people's plates.
Oh, where are they? Socks are gone.
We got too late. We got socks are off. Socks are on again.
What number is that? Socks are gone.
We've
Number.
got off pace. We've got 2 leaders, and we've got them. We've got all 3 at about $10 odds. So, I mean, it'd be great if one of them.
What would
has
be
to
your second
connect.
horse?
My second horse.
Yeah.
My second and third horses are the horses you selected.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100%. There's no way around that. The only other one that I would have I've got 4 that I like in this race just because I want to kind of narrow it down from there. And it is a good horse, but there's got to be some sort of intent there because J-Mac has sought out the ride for Law of Indices. Currently 15s was huge odds. It's drawn barrier 13. It's a good barrier for this race. It's won over this distance before, but somewhere, Ireland or in the UK at some point. But for him to come out publicly and say that he sought this horse for this race, it's hard not to have it up there and run over but it might not have the cut in the ground that it needs for a horse that's from the UK.
No. He wants a dry track.
What, for this horse?
Yeah.
Well, he said that.
Its
I
form
know for a
form
fact
reads
that he does.
superb on a dry track.
It's hard not to have in there.
6 starts, 0 wins, 0
It's
seconds,
definitely a dry
0
track.
thirds. Excellent dry track form.
No.
Definitely.
He's 100%. 100%. They didn't want to run him in Sydney on the first.
Myth.
You're both right.
This is a myth.
He loves a dry track. Not in those 6 starts, though.
Those 6, the ones they're doing stats on, not so much.
Nah. Trials like a beast on good form.
So we didn't make. You've got to throw Ayrton in, surely. You've got to have it somewhere.
Ayrton's best is the
Second best in this race.
yes.
Shivers.
Yeah, but he's
Blake,
marked
are
up
you
to his
all right?
best.
He's trotting lines out tonight, isn't he? Ayrton, I can't. I'd see him as a little bit of a false favourite. I think it hasn't drawn the right barrier.
Definitely false favourite. Just getting
Well,
it
not
$6,
anymore.
$7.
11-11's the favourite, to be honest, but
11-11 will get back out in the market, guaranteed.
it has been crunched. Have you got your
Yes.
there? What's happening?
no,
Imagine
I think
interviewing.
about
Imagine interviewing
$7
Hickman
into
about
5.
3 hours after the race.
I've run into Hickman on a good day for him.
Yeah, he. What did he say? He's like,
I wouldn't have a clue what he said.
I actually did have a small bet in the JJ Atkins that I forgot about.
Oh, here we go.
oh,
So-
so we're past that.
We'll go back. JJ Atkins, Eagle Farm Race 7. I've had something small on West of Africa.
West of Africa, Annabelle Weston.
Annabelle Neesham.
President. It is currently 61.
Or 80, oh yeah, 61, yes. 81 with the tab. Blinkers go on for the first time. Was 12 to 1,500 metres last start. Peaked on the effort. Should not be an $81 chance. And I know Annabelle's got a bit of an opinion of this horse. So $81 worth a little spec.
A little speck.
Yep. Drive it 1,000 on it with Ladbrokes.
No, you
They
can't.
won't allow that. You
They
know,
won't allow
500.
that. We'll have to have.
No, they're 51 as far as I can see.
They're 60.
Yeah, your site is slow. I'm on dynamic odds. We've had this conversation before.
Okay, all right.
So, Ladbrokes, yeah. So we back Night of Power. We took that $5 and $6. He's into
Like, we're not
$4.20
telling the
everywhere now.
punters.
Tell them. Tell them. Everyone listening to this, I promise
what'd you
you.
do?
I reckon. Let's tell them that. Let's discuss the bets we have because everyone listening to this podcast will have bought a share, and if you haven't, you're going to miss out because if you don't have a share by the time you're listening to this, which will be either late Thursday night or Friday morning, you wouldn't have had a say in the other bets.
Oh, I guess too that when these horses come in, you come into the punters club and get the better price
Get
as well.
the price. So they can buy into this price. So talk to us, BJ, about the 3 bets we've had tonight.
Okay, Randwick race 3, we've backed Lavazia down the bottom, Tom Sherry in the saddle. First full preparation for Peter and Paul Snowden. Absolute Jet first up. He's won his last 2 first up. I think he's won his last 3 when he's been at least 7 weeks between runs. First up 2 preps ago, he got the better of Lady of Luxury. I think that was at Wyong. Then was 7 weeks between runs and got the better of Maranoa, who then come out and won the MTC Guineas and was on a Queensland Derby preparation. And then fresh last preparation, he went like an absolute jet, won like Far Lap at Warwick Farm over this trip. Wide without cover, mile too good. Then later in the preparation, his form tapered off. He wanted to over-race, so they've gelded him. He's trialled really well, and I just cannot get him anywhere near that price. So current best price, well, $12 now with Ladbrokes. So that's a good price. I have him marked much shorter than that. I have him marked $6.50, so I think he will start single-figure odds. Then we went to race 7, Night of Power. He's on the 7-day backup. We took $5 about him. Ladbrokes turned him off. He's now into $4.20. Very good win second up, I would say, despite the wet surface. Tyler Schiller rode him. Tyler Schiller takes the ride again. Dylan Gibbons rode him last time from a wide draw. Got back from barrier 11. Had I think the third best last 400 metres of the day. He's looking for a mile now. If he's ever going to get a mile, it will be on Saturday because he's on the 7-day backup. I just think he starts much shorter. I think he drops 8.5 kilos. Tyler's not claiming the full amount, so he comes in with 51.5 on his back. And he's going to be really hard to beat. I think he'll settle much closer from barrier 5. And then race 9, we have backed Fashionelle. So this is race 9, number 6, Fashionelle. She was good first up. She doesn't really like it wet. Last start, she was never on the track on a good speed, dropped out. She just knocked up that last 200 metres, so forgive that beaten margin. She's gone back to the trials. She tried like an absolute jet. Reece Jones got the best out of her last preparation. She won 5th and 6th up last preparation, but she'd had a longer spell, so she's only 3rd up here. I reckon she's ready to go. We'll count that trial as a run, so let's say she's 4th up now, and, gee, she's going to be hard to beat.
What price did we get for Fashionelle?
$7.50.
Right, okay.
They're still sitting there at $7.50.
They're still sitting there at
That's
$7.50.
fine. That's fine.
They definitely moved the price on Night of Power.
Yeah, so if you want to get involved, we've got $750 on him at $6 with the boost, and we've got $52.50 on him at $5.
So however this works, we had the bet, so we were on the chat prior to pressing record, and it loaded for a very long time. So you're saying that someone's sitting there, they've seen that, okay, someone's trying to have a $4,000 or $5,000 bet to win $50,000.
Well, they should just be clicking it through because it's Punt Club.
Like, yeah, it's a Punt Club account. Couldn't use BJ's because they've turned off fixed prices for BJ. So they know that account is going to not only have bets of this size, but will now be having the bets. Do you know what I mean? Like it'll be happening as of now on. So I'm surprised it took that long. But if you're not in the Pump Club, you've missed the price.
Get in the Pump Club. Get in the Pump Club.
The Pump Club.
The Pump Club.
If we have a winning day, I reckon us 3 get in the sauna and we have a Pump Club.
I don't know what that is, but
it's like at the gym. Blake.
Like
can I leave the socks on my hands?
He's ready to go.
Where are you going, Blakey?
I'm done.
Where are you off
Go for
to?
an hour and 3 minutes. That's
we have
plenty.
to.
Nobody wants to listen to us gibber for more than an hour.
Well, they haven't listened to you. Been very busy. Yeah, Blake is well and truly into these races. We are going to win on the weekend. We cannot wait. We are fully invested. We've put our money where our mouth is. Make sure you guys get involved as well. Get your mates involved, but make sure you're each starting your own little club or not your own little account, because we want the high number of punters as well, because that's very important to us. And we mentioned that last week's show. We're not going to mention again why that's important. I cannot wait for this weekend. I'm not sure if we get on and do any lives or anything like that between now and then. I doubt that because we're out tomorrow night. But next time you tune in, punters, it'll be on the Winter Leg Up Punters Club live stream. Paddy will be sitting somewhere on this desk. We will be all set up. We will be all ready to rock, and we will be winning big dollars. Fellas, thank you so much for your time. I'm just going to play our little pump-up music on the way out. Say goodbye to the punters.
See you later, lads.
See you, boys.
Uru punters, good luck this weekend.